My father was an SAS soldier who did several tours in Vietnam and Borneo. After he got out of the military, he worked for the Department of Corrections, and there was 3 times where Dad was the first responder to people who had died by suicide. I guess I witnessed a really silent struggle, or sometimes not so silent, but it was a bit of an invisible struggle with my dad. And I guess that's quite an extreme workplace situation. But I've also worked in workplaces where I haven't really felt valued, haven't been looked after very well, and that really drove a deep drive to make a change. I help organisations to implement a workplace wellbeing strategy that is sustainable. I don't offer one-off fixes. I offer a series of workshops and interventions to help leaders and their people to be able to really embed a mental health and wellbeing strategy into the organisation. Traditional mental health programs in the workplace are very much focused on an individual level, and they can quite often be one-off workshops that they come in, they make a little bit of an impact and they go, but there's nothing put into place to keep the momentum going and happening. For sustainable change, we really need to look at things on a holistic level. So it's not just looking at the individuals, it's looking at leadership, it's looking at work design, it's looking at structures and things that are in place to be able to give it a really good bird's eye view and a holistic view of the entire organisational structure. It's helping to have a mental health and wellbeing strategy to keep people at work happy, healthy and productive. So the strategy that I implemented throughout this organisation was to be able to help leaders to identify when their workers weren't going so well. The outcomes that we saw and that were observed and noted were that there was a reduced incidence of people having absenteeism, so people were coming to work more, so absenteeism reduced. We also found that there was a reduction in interpersonal conflict, so there was less conflict happening. And through education to not only the women but also the men in the organisation, it helped them to be more empathetic and understand why these diversity and inclusion initiatives are so important. It's really important to understand what's going on, because there's no point throwing things at it in the hope that it's going to make a difference. So it's by identifying what the problem is, working out some strategies for how that can be implemented and rolled out across the organisation, and then putting some strategies in place to be able to assist with that. Oh, what can businesses expect when working with me? I take a no-nonsense, no-fluff approach. So my style can sometimes be, it can be a little confronting because I'm okay to challenge the status quo. I think it's really important that we challenge some of those beliefs. And also a very systemised approach to be able to make sure that it can be cascaded throughout the business. If your company is struggling right now, one of the first things you can do is start talking to your people. There's so much data and information from your people in what to do, and quite often what happens, wellbeing leaders will roll out initiatives without talking to the people and finding out what's going on. Talk to your people. They will give you so much rich data. Seeing people thrive. You know, like in our adult life, we spend 1/3 of our life at work. We spend 1/3 of our life sleeping and the other 1/3 of our life just doing other things. It's so important that when you get up, you feel excited about your day. And when people love what they do, everything feels good. Like they go home happy. And so then their family life is happier and better. And they feel like their work really matters. Connecting people with that purpose and helping them to be able to live that out too is really exciting. If you're looking to implement a workplace wellbeing strategy throughout your organisation to be able to help your people to thrive and your business to thrive, I'd love to have a conversation with you.